Hi, my name is Nadia, and today I'm going to show you how to make Tagliatelle saumon. This is a French pasta dish that I discovered when I moved here to France from the United States, and I've kind of made it my own and perfected it over the years because there's certain ways that sometimes if you go to a restaurant, they'll do it with a very heavy cream sauce or put smoked salmon in, both of which I don't like. Also, I integrate some vegetables in, so it's a great family meal. Okay, so here we have the ingredients. On the left we have the salmon. You should buy approximately 500 to 600 grams of salmon. It's important to get it with the skin on it because you cook it on the skin. I usually buy the pavé de saumon because they're nice and thick. And of course you want to either get it the kind without the bones or take the bones out. Then you have spinach. We have two kinds of vegetables. I like to use spinach and zucchini. Of course, you could just use one or the other if you prefer. If you're using both, I usually use about 125, 150 grams of fresh spinach. You could also use frozen if you prefer. Then you have 500 grams of tagliatelle. Then you have creme fraiche, which is a common product in France and is more difficult to find in the United States. It is available at some shops like Whole Foods, but if you can't find it, you could substitute sour cream and maybe use a little bit of milk. The amount of creme fraiche that I use is 20 centiliters, so you could adjust that with the sour cream, maybe a little bit less and adding a little bit of milk. Then we have some coarse salt that you're going to sprinkle onto the fish, and finally a lemon, which is also going to go onto the fish while it's cooking. Put a large pot of salted water to boil. Now we're going to slice the zucchini. So you divide it in two, and then each in three, and then just chop it so you get a little cube. Okay, so now we're going to really start the cooking. I've just heated up put it on the flame under the pan. So you see it's kind of a largish pan. You can use whichever one you have. Mine is cast iron. You want to use something that has a fairly no-stick surface. So you pour some olive oil into the pan, just kind of coating it. Wait for it a couple minutes to heat up. Okay, so now you're going to take some of your coarse salt and sprinkle it on the top of the salmon. Along with a little bit of lemon juice. Here you probably want to have a cover ready because the salmon is going to start. It's going to really start to sizzle, and probably about half a lemon would be good now. We can put the other part in later. And now, what I'll usually do, you have a few pits, which we'll worry about later. I usually cover the salmon just for a few minutes to get it started, and then you would lower the flame. The spinach is now steamed and ready to go. Well, I usually just kind of space it around the pan like that so that it can be coated in the juices of the salmon. Okay, so then you leave your zucchini cooking for a few minutes with the salmon, and then when the salmon looks how you like it. People like salmon cooked different ways. We like our salmon not too well done, so you see actually it's just a little bit pink in the middle like that. I take it out. I actually take the salmon out and put it on another plate because what you have to do is remove the skin. It's very important to cook it on the skin because it keeps it nice and juicy, but you definitely don't want that skin in your tagliatelle saumon. Okay, so now once you've got the skin off the salmon, you just put the salmon over to the side for a minute. Then you can add your steamed spinach into the whole mix. And you're just going to want to kind of cook that for a few minutes. Break it up a little bit. Okay, so now you can just put the fish back into the pan for a couple minutes so it stays nice and warm while you're boiling the pasta. Okay, so now you have your water boiling. You're ready to put your pasta in. We're using fresh pasta that cooks for 3 minutes. So, of course, if you're using regular, you'd start it a little earlier. Put your tagliatelle in. Okay, so our pasta's ready. We're going to take it over to the sink and drain it. At this point, you put your salmon back on at a very low flame. At this point, you can add your creme fraiche to the salmon and vegetable mixture. You don't want to, you want to add it really at the last minute because you don't really want it to cook. It's something where you just kind of want it to heat up a little bit so that it's not too liquidy. So here, mixing it up, and we're going to mix it together. Thanks for watching and bon appetit.